Today we're talking about smart used luxury buys, cars that still feel premium, still look good right now, and won't destroy your budget with constant surprises. These picks are all about real-world comfort, proven platforms, and strong long-term value. If you ask someone who buys cars for real life, not for flexing on Instagram, what's a smart used luxury SUV I can buy right now that still feels modern and practical in 2025? The 2020 Mercedes-Benz GLB 250 is one of the most underrated answers. And the reason is simple. The GLB isn't trying to be a flashy, oversized status symbol. It's a premium SUV designed to be used every single day. Easy to drive, easy to park, roomy enough for a family, and still classy enough that it feels like a real Mercedes when you get behind the wheel. From the outside, the 2020 GLB has a shape that actually ages well. It's slightly boxier than most crossovers, and that's a good thing because boxy usually means usable. The front end has that clean Mercedes look, sharp headlights, a confident grille, and proportions that feel expensive without being aggressive. In 2025, it still looks current because Mercedes kept the design simple and functional. It doesn't rely on weird, trendy lines that look dated 2 years later. It looks like a well-designed premium SUV that could belong to a busy family, a professional commuter, or someone who just wants a luxury badge without the luxury headaches. Open the door and you immediately notice what Mercedes did right with the GLB. It feels modern. The cabin has that newer Mercedes vibe, good screen layout, a clean dash design, and materials that feel upscale in the places you actually touch. The driving position is comfortable and upright. Visibility is excellent, and the seats feel supportive for long trips. And because the GLB is shaped to be practical, you get a cabin that feels more spacious than you'd expect from the outside. This is also one of the few compact luxury SUVs where you can find versions with a third-row option. And even if you don't use it every day, it's one of those features that becomes a lifesaver when you need it. On the road, the GLB is a strong daily driver because it's tuned for balance. It doesn't feel like a heavy truck, and it doesn't feel like a stiff sports SUV either. The steering is light enough for city driving and parking lots, the ride is comfortable over rough pavement, and at highway speeds it feels stable and confident. That's the real smart pick energy here. It's easy to live with, and it doesn't punish you for using it as an everyday vehicle. Now let's talk about what matters most when you're buying used. The drivetrain and ownership experience. The GLB 250 uses a 2.0-liter turbocharged engine, and in real life it feels responsive and smooth. It has enough power to merge, pass, and handle highway driving without feeling strained. The key difference between a good turbo car and a headache turbo car is how it's tuned. And the GLB is tuned like a premium daily driver, not a high-stress performance toy. That means you get smooth power delivery and a relaxed feel in normal driving. And here's why the GLB is such a smart used luxury pick right now. It gives you the Mercedes badge and premium feel, but it's not priced like the bigger, more famous Mercedes SUVs. In the used market, you often get better value because it's slightly overlooked. People chase the GLC, GLE, and flashy models, while the GLB quietly sits there being a more practical choice with less hype, and sometimes better deals. In day-to-day life, the GLB really earns its spot. The cargo area is genuinely usable, the rear seats are comfortable, and it's one of those SUVs that fits most lifestyles without forcing you to compromise. School runs, commuting, weekend trips, groceries, airport runs. It does all of it without feeling too big or too small. It also has that premium calm feeling that makes used luxury worth buying in the first place. When a GLB is well kept, it still feels tight and refined. You don't feel like you're driving a worn-out vehicle. You feel like you're driving a modern Mercedes. So if you want a used luxury SUV right now that feels fresh in 2025, gives you real practicality, and still delivers that Mercedes experience without jumping into the most expensive models, the 2020 GLB 250 is a genuinely smart pick. If you asked a mechanic, what's the safest used luxury sedan to buy in 2025 if I want comfort, reliability, and zero drama? The 2016 Lexus ES350 would be one of the first answers. This car is basically Lexus doing what they do best. building a smooth, quiet sedan that feels premium every day and keeps going year after year without constantly begging for attention. From the outside, the 2016 ES350 has that clean, mature look that still works in 2025. It's not trying to be sporty or aggressive. It's designed to look classy and timeless, something that doesn't age badly just because a new model comes out. You get the Lexus grille, sharp headlights, and a well-proportioned body that still looks nice even when it's not brand new. In the used market, that matters, because a lot of luxury sedans start looking tired after a few years. The ES doesn't. It stays respectable. Open the door and you immediately get the ES personality. Calm and comfortable. The seats are wide, soft, and supportive. The type of seats you can sit in for hours on a long trip without constantly shifting around. The driving position is relaxed, visibility is good, and the cabin has that Lexus quietness people talk about. When the car is cared for, it still feels tight. The buttons and switches feel solid, the interior doesn't feel flimsy, and you don't get the annoying chorus of squeaks and rattles that can show up in other used luxury cars. Close the door, and you get that muted Lexus thud that makes the cabin feel insulated from the outside world. Under the hood is one of the biggest reasons the ES350 is such a smart pick. The 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6. No turbo complications, no high-stress setup, just smooth, proven V6 power that Toyota and Lexus have refined for years. Around town, the ES pulls away effortlessly. On the highway, it cruises quietly at low revs and has plenty of passing power when you need it. It feels relaxed, not strained, and that's exactly what you want if you're buying used and planning to keep the car for a long time. On the road, the ES stays loyal to its mission. Comfort first. The suspension is tuned to smooth out real-world roads, patchy pavement, potholes, speed bumps, so the car glides instead of crashes. The steering is light in parking lots, which makes daily driving less stressful, but it still feels stable at highway speeds. Long trips are where the ES really shines. It's quiet, steady, and doesn't leave you feeling drained after a couple of hours behind the wheel. And in daily life, the ES350 is one of the easiest luxury sedans to own. If you want the used luxury SUV in 2025 that feels the most like a tank in a tuxedo, it's the 2015 Lexus GX 460. This isn't a soft crossover, it's a real body-on-frame SUV with old-school strength, but it still gives you Lexus comfort and a quiet, premium cabin. The biggest reason people trust the GX long-term is the 4.6-liter naturally aspirated V8. No turbo drama, no complicated tricks, just smooth, proven power that doesn't feel stressed. It's built to handle rough roads, winter weather, and high mileage without feeling fragile. Inside, you get supportive seats, solid build quality, and that tight Lexus feel that holds up when the vehicle's been cared for. In 2025, a clean GX 460 is one of the smartest buy-used, keep-forever luxury SUVs you can find. If you want a used luxury car right now that still feels genuinely fun to drive in 2025, the 2014 BMW 3 Series is one of the classic smart picks when you buy the right example. This generation of 3 Series is the one a lot of enthusiasts still call the sweet spot. It's modern enough to feel premium, but not so overloaded with complicated tech that it feels like a rolling electronics project. From the outside, the 2014 3 Series has that clean BMW look that ages well. It's not trying to be flashy. It's a compact luxury sedan with good proportions, a sporty stance, and a design that still looks sharp in modern traffic. Step inside, and it feels driver-focused. You sit low, the controls are oriented toward you, and the whole car gives you that "I'm connected to the road" feeling that BMW does better than most brands. The best part is how it drives. The steering feels precise, the chassis feels balanced, and the car changes direction easily without feeling heavy. Around town, it feels agile, and on the highway, it feels stable and confident. This is the type of sedan that makes boring commutes feel less boring, without needing to drive like a maniac to enjoy it. Now, the reason it's a smart pick, and not just a random used luxury recommendation, is this. In the used market, the 3 Series can offer a lot of premium feel and driving quality for the money, but you want one that's been maintained properly. A clean service history matters. When you find a well-kept example, It can be a great daily driver that feels more special than most sedans in this price range. In 2025, the 2014 BMW 3 Series is a smart buy for someone who wants real luxury and real driving enjoyment, without stepping into a much newer, much more expensive model. If you want a used luxury SUV in 2025, that's almost impossible to hate. The 2019 Lexus RX 350 is one of the safest smart picks you can make. It's not trying to be sporty or edgy. It's built to be smooth, quiet, comfortable, and easy to own. And that's exactly why so many RX owners keep them for years and then buy another one. From the outside, the 2019 RX still looks modern in 2025. You get sharp LED headlights, that bold Lexus front end, and a clean profile that feels upscale without being flashy. It looks like a proper premium SUV, something that fits a professional commuter, a family, or anyone who wants luxury without drama. Inside is where the RX really earns its reputation. The seats are wide and supportive, the cabin is calm and quiet, and everything feels solid in a way that holds up well over time. In a well-kept RX, you don't get constant interior rattles or cheap wear. Close the door and the outside noise drops away, and you immediately get that "this was built properly" Lexus feel. Under the hood, the RX 350 uses a 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6, which is a major reason it works so well as a long-term used buy. No turbo complications, no high-stress tuning, just smooth, proven power and a traditional automatic transmission. Around town, it moves effortlessly, and on the highway, it cruises quietly with plenty of passing power. That relaxed drivetrain character is what helps the RX age well. For daily life, the RX is quietly one of the most practical luxury SUVs. Comfortable rear seats, useful cargo space, easy entry and exit, and a ride that smooths out rough roads instead of punishing you. In 2025, if you want a luxury SUV, you can buy used and keep with minimal stress. The 2019 Lexus RX 350 is exactly that. If you want a used luxury sedan in 2025 that's often overlooked, but can be a seriously smart buy, the 2014 Acura TL is a classic hidden value pick. It's not the newest, it's not the flashiest, but it delivers the things that matter in real life. Strong V6 power, a solid build, and a comfortable daily driving experience without the high-risk luxury ownership vibe. From the outside, the 2014 TL has that clean, slightly aggressive Acura look. It still fits in modern traffic because the shape is simple and well-proportioned. Step inside and the TL feels like a proper, grown-up sedan. The seats are supportive, the driving position is comfortable, and the cabin tends to hold up well when the car has been cared for. It's not ultra-modern tech luxury, but that's actually part of the appeal when you're buying used. Less fragile gimmicks, more straightforward usability. On the road, the TL's V6 is the star. It pulls smoothly, has confident passing power, and feels strong without being dramatic. The car is stable at highway speeds, easy to live with in daily commuting, and comfortable enough for long trips. It's one of those sedans that feels more expensive than the used price suggests, which is exactly what you want from a smart luxury pick. In 2025, a clean 2014 Acura TL with a good maintenance history can be a great way to get that premium feel and V6 performance without spending big money. If you want a used luxury sedan in 2025 that feels like a secret Lexus without the Lexus price tag, the 2015 Toyota Avalon Limited is one of the smartest picks on this list. It's not marketed as a luxury car, but in real life, the Avalon Limited gives you quiet comfort, premium features, and a smooth V6 in a package that's built to handle long-term ownership. From the outside, the 2015 Avalon has that clean, upscale, full-size sedan look. It doesn't look cheap, and it doesn't look outdated in 2025 either, especially in limited trim, where the details make it feel more premium. Step inside and you'll see why people call it near luxury. The seats are wide and comfortable, the cabin is spacious, and the overall vibe is calm and refined. It's the kind of car you can drive for hours and step out feeling fresh, not worn out. Under the hood, you typically get Toyota's 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6, and that's a huge part of why the Avalon is such a smart used buy. It delivers smooth, effortless power, cruises quietly on the highway, and doesn't feel strained in normal driving. This is exactly the kind of drivetrain that's known for going the distance when you keep up with basic maintenance, oil changes, fluids, and normal wear items. In day-to-day life, the Avalon Limited is the definition of easy. It's comfortable, quiet, practical, and it makes commuting feel relaxed. In 2025, if you want a used car that feels premium without bringing luxury car headaches, the 2015 Avalon Limited is one of the best hidden value choices you can make. If you want a used Mercedes in 2025 that still feels like a real luxury car the moment you close the door, the 2014 Mercedes-Benz E350 is one of the smartest ways to do it, as long as you buy a well-kept example. This is from an era where the E-Class was built to be a comfortable long-distance machine first, and everything about it still carries that grown-up, premium feel years later. From the outside, the 2014 E350 has that classic Mercedes shape that ages well. It looks clean, elegant, and expensive without needing loud styling. It's the kind of sedan that still fits in today's traffic because the design is timeless. Step inside, and the cabin is exactly what you'd expect from an E-Class. Comfortable seats, a solid driving position, and that quiet, insulated feeling that makes highway driving feel effortless. In a cared-for E350, the interior still feels sturdy. Doors shut with weight, materials feel substantial, and the whole car gives off that built-for-adults vibe. Under the hood, the E350 uses a 3.5-liter V6, and the best part is how smooth and relaxed it feels. It's not a car that needs to be pushed hard. It delivers power in a calm, refined way, cruises quietly at speed, and makes long trips feel easy. That relaxed nature is exactly why many people still love these. The E-Class is designed to eat miles comfortably, not to feel stressed. In real life, the E350 is a perfect, smart luxury choice for someone who wants Mercedes' comfort and presence without buying something newer and much more expensive. If you want a used luxury sedan in 2025 that still feels like a true executive car, but for a fraction of what it costs new, the 2012 BMW 5 Series F10 is one of the best smart value plays on the list. This is the kind of car that was designed for long-distance comfort, highway stability, and that classic BMW balance between luxury and driving feel. From the outside, the F10 5 Series still looks upscale in 2025. It has that clean, confident BMW shape, long hood, strong stance, and a design that doesn't scream for attention. It just looks expensive. Step inside and you'll see why it was such a popular executive sedan. The cabin feels spacious, the seats are comfortable for long drives, and the driving position is exactly what you want if you spend a lot of time behind the wheel. In a well-kept 5 Series, it still feels tight and premium, not worn out and tired. On the road, the F10 shines where big sedans should shine, highway driving. It feels planted, stable, and calm at speed, and it's the kind of car that can chew through long trips without leaving you drained. Steering and chassis feel more connected than most comfort-only sedans, so even though it's larger than a 3 Series, it still has that BMW confidence when you change lanes or take a sweeping corner. The reason it's a smart used pick is value. In 2025, you can get a lot of luxury, space, and presence for the money compared to newer models. The key is to buy a clean example with good history and treat it properly. Because with used German luxury, maintenance matters more than anything. If you want an executive sedan that still feels premium, still feels like a real BMW, and offers huge used market value, the 2012 BMW 5 Series F10 is a strong smart pick. If you want a used Mercedes in 2025 that still looks classy, feels premium, and works as an everyday smart luxury car, the Mercedes C300 2013 to 2015 is a strong pick, especially if you want something smaller and easier to live with than an E-Class. It's the kind of compact luxury sedan that fits modern life. Easy in the city, comfortable on the highway, and still has that Mercedes vibe the moment you get in. From the outside, the C-Class from this era still looks sharp in 2025. It has clean lines, a refined stance, and a design that doesn't scream old. It looks like a proper luxury car without needing aggressive styling. Step inside and you get a comfortable driving position, supportive seats, and a cabin that feels more upscale than most non-luxury sedans in the same used price range. In a well-kept C300, the interior still feels tight and solid, not loose and rattly, which is what you want when you're buying used. On the road, the C300 is smooth and easy. It feels stable at highway speeds, it's quiet enough to feel premium, and it's sized perfectly for daily driving, parking lots, narrow streets, commuting, and errands. You don't need a big engine to enjoy it because the whole car is tuned to feel refined rather than stressed. It's one of those cars that makes everyday driving feel a little more nice without being complicated to live with. The reason it belongs in a Smart Picks list is simple. In the used market, you often get a lot of Mercedes look and feel for the money, without stepping into the bigger, more expensive models. The key is the same as always with used luxury. Buy a clean example with good maintenance history, because a cared-for C-Class still feels like a real Mercedes years later.